Hey, what's up, everybody? Today we're going to jump in today and talk about David Avanesyan versus Ennis recap, and also talk about Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson when we come right back. Welcome to another episode of Ringwalk Boxing Podcast. I am Bean, and today I got a special guest. This guy is like family. Our family got history, a lot of rich history going way back. And on another note, he also was like one of the very first people on FB that I was sending my links and telling him about my podcast. And I was just really starting, so I was kind of nervous. And he kept saying, "You can do it, man. You can do it." So he was like in my ear in a positive light. And he was one of my first motivations, along with Chris Moore, shout out to you, that really gave me the motivation to keep on. And his name's Ant.
Well, it's just a pleasure to be here, man. I've been wanting to get on the pod for a minute, but I was waiting to get that call, and I finally got the call. So it's a pleasure to be here. I've watched your podcast grow, get big. I listened to many different topics you talked about, so it's just a pleasure to be here with you, man.
For sure, man. And although I know you, but for the viewers out here that don't know you, well, where are you from?
Cincinnati, Ohio, the 513. Good day, baby. So, yeah, born and raised.
That's what's up. And what part of Cincinnati?
Madisonville, Bramble Avenue.
All right, so shout outs to Madville, and then shout outs to my people, Zone 15. That's what's up. All right, so we're going to start off right now, y'all, with David Avanesyan, the fight that he had with Ennis, a recap of that. And what did you think about that, Ant?
Well, it's pretty much went how I thought it would go. Boots is a polished fighter, intelligent, great ring IQ, great movement, great hand speed, knows when to apply pressure, knows when to take the pressure off. So it went as I thought it would go. What about you?
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. Pertaining to Ennis, y'all, he's a switch hitter, and he does it very naturally. You know, orthodox left hand stance.
Super smooth.
Yeah.
Super smooth.
A lot of power in both hands.
Poetry in motion.
He knows how to place his punches. He got a very good accuracy with his punch placement. And that's something that, to me, in this day and time, fighters get out here just, throwing punches anywhere. But he's literally has like a bullseye on where he's going to throw that punch. If he's going to hit you right here or right here, he's going to make sure it's like he's zoning in on that key area.
And he's something that I would call like a very slick fighter. Everything looks smooth, kind of like if you remember where his feet movement is, something like a Pernell Whitaker, the way his feet movement is, the way he doesn't waste punches, every punch has a meaning while he's doing it. If he's feinting, it's all to a meaning, kind of like a Floyd, no wasted punches, anything like that. Everything has a meaning for it, and he's just a great fighter. Great joy to watch. Great up-and-coming great fighter. Yeah.
For sure, man. And like you said, man, he's young, too. So y'all got to remember, this young guy out of Philly, he is no joke. I want to say it was once with the PBC over here in America for the people overseas. And now he's with Matchroom with Eddie Hearn. What do you feel about that decision there?
I think that was a smart decision for him. And the reason why I say that is I think Eddie Hearn has a nice stable of boxers, especially overseas. And I think that'll give Ennis a good chance to get some other matches, get some matches that he probably couldn't get if he was signed with somebody else. And I think that will give him the notoriety more as he builds up his career and builds up his catalog of fights. For sure.
Yeah. Well said, man. And I have to agree with that, man, because it's like once you kind of dried up a little areas, so to speak, to an extent, you had all these in-house fights with PBC or wherever you're with platform, Matchroom, Top Rank. After a while, you got to kind of step outside that zone and go elsewhere. So I think, like you said, that's going to help him get a lot of the fights around the world, because boxing ain't just an American sport. It's a worldwide sport.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And I think the biggest thing that will make it even better is a lot of times when you have a fighter with under one umbrella, they don't like to switch up to the next umbrella and fight other fighters. They like most of the promoters like keeping the money at house. They don't like making cross fights with, Top Right. Maybe don't want to make a fight with Golden Boy fighters. So this will give Ennis Boots a new stable of fighters who he can fight with and get his name out more.
For sure, man. And I'm looking forward to more and more seeing Ennis. I've been trying to follow him. And as many of you know, he's been definitely on the coattail and calling out another great elite fighter, Bud Crawford, who Bud Crawford was once at 147, and now he'll be fighting at 154 pounds, where Boots Ennis is still at 147. A type of situation where would Crawford want to backtrack and go back down in weight, or would Boots want to go up in weight for that fight for it to eventually happen?
I think if it happens, I think Boots will have to come up. Bud's the top dog, all right?
Facts.
And Boots is hungry, and of course he's hungry. He's going to call out these big shots because he wants his shot. He's tired of being on the back burner, so to speak. But if I'm Bud, I'm not going down. I'm not changing nothing I'm doing to accommodate Boots. You know what I'm saying? It's been plenty of times boxing has repeated itself. Many of fighters had ducked Mayweather when we called him Pretty Boy Floyd. When he was calling up there, many fighters have ducked him. They want to fight him when he was hungry. So it's the same thing. A lot of fighters aren't going to want to fight Boots because he's up and coming hungry. If I was Bud, I'm at the top of the game. You're going to have to come up and meet me and deal what I am because Bud's the A side, not Boots. So, yeah, that's how I feel about that one.
Okay. And even I saw an interview with, and shout out to Boots Ennis, with him and his dad, Bozzy Ennis. And he was saying basically, I don't know if he was switching up his tune or just saying it for what it was, but he was like, look, we're not too much concerned about Bud Crawford. We're going to keep fighting at 147. We're going to clear out this division. And then after we clear out 147, if Bud's still around, we'll hop up to 154 and he can get the smoke as well.
Well, I know that's his son. I speak highly of his son, talking about getting that smoke with Bud. I don't know about that for real, but that's what you should do. Clean out the division and let everybody know in that division that you're the top dog. That's what you're supposed to do. Clean out your division so everybody knows you're the top dog in that division, and then let the pieces fall where they may, for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we'll see it, man. So we're going to hop off of that just for a second, y'all. We're going to hop into talking about a potential match between Shakur Stevenson and none other than that guy out of Baltimore, y'all know as Gervonta Tank Davis.
Tank Davis. Yeah. So what are you thinking about that fight?
Oh, man. I want to see it. A lot of people want to see it, and we know there's been a lot of recent backlash with Shakur, people saying even though he's winning these fights, he's not letting his hands go to the level that they feel he should. I mean, I get it, he's winning, but it's not the exciting win. And back to what you mentioned, Pretty Boy Floyd, and I was calling at RC about last week. Pretty Boy Floyd, man, he was a different beast. He was in the pocket, making you miss, but then making you pay.
Right.
He wasn't what y'all know now as of recent Money Mayweather, where he was more defensive style, more on his back foot due to a head injury.
Yes, sir.
Back when he was Pretty Boy, man, he was laying guys out and breaking them down.
Body fight.
Yeah.
Toro Gotti fight.
So I would like to see that out.
Diego Corrales.
Yeah.
Corrales.
Yeah.
When he was putting people down. I think Shakur, he's a great fighter. He's an Olympian. He's one of the best up-and-coming fighters. But I noticed with Shakur, he just does not... Boxing is a risky game. You have to take risks. And he does not like to put himself in harm's way. I feel like if he get touched, he's gonna put the skates on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's gonna start he's not gonna try to get touched again. And see, when you don't have to get touched again, you're gonna just walk around. I was watching an interview with Roy, and he was talking about Shakur, and he gave a great explanation about it. He used it as the term of an excavator, and that's the machine that you go and you dig holes with, and people build ponds with them or whatever. And that hole with that excavator, that tool it digs a hole, right? But if you move it back, it can't do work no more. So what Roy was saying is he moves himself so far away that he can't put in work to go hit back or to counter because he's too far back. Roy was saying you got to learn how to stay in it and move and still be close enough to hit with your counter or do that. And I just thought that was great wisdom by Roy, who is, in my eyes, one of the greatest fighters of all time. Might be, in my eyes, the greatest fighter of all time. In my growing up, in my era, Roy Jones Jr. You got to take knowledge from guys like that because they've earned their stripes. They're showing that they're world champions. Roy is a pound-for-pound fighter. He's done everything you can do to accomplish in boxing. So I think young Shakur should take that advice from Roy.
Yeah, and another thing, to piggyback off what you said about Roy Jones, a lot of these guys need to pattern themselves after the Roy Joneses, the Mike Tysons, the Van Holyfield, the Lennox Lewises. And what I'm saying is, win, lose, or draw, stop cherry picking. If you're going to be out here and you're claiming you're the baddest and you're the best, prove that. I mean, it's that easy. So for Canelo, shout out to you and respect to you, but at the same time, there's a lot of people saying you will not fight the Mexican monster, David Benavidez.
Well, I'm a piggyback on that, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I believe these fighters right now, they haven't earned their due yet to cherry pick. These guys are coming in too early, trying not to fight certain fighters. You got to put in the work, and once you become A-side, top dog, then you can pick and choose who you want to fight and who you want to so-called maybe don't want to take this fight because this fight could be a more riskier fight. Now, as the fans, that would be a disservice, to us. But if most of these guys are trying to be a shot caller, and they haven't put in the work to be a shot caller yet. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's always good to have somebody to help balance out a conversation. That way we get different perspectives. We also want your perspectives to the viewers. So to anybody out here viewing this, comment in the comment section below and let me know about these different array of subjects we just talked about, what you think about that. And how would you see a prediction of that fight prediction going? Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson.
And then just to talk on that point, Tank is putting Shakur to sleep.
Okay.
It ain't no argument. Yeah, Shakur's going to sleep because I feel as though I don't know how his chin is because I feel like I haven't seen him test it through the fire. To know your greatness, you have to have fighters that push you to the fire to see where you're great at, And I remember everybody's a Floyd fan, right? And I've seen Floyd have tough fights. But one fight that sticks out in my mind is when Floyd fought Shane Mosley. Mm-hmm. And Shane caught Floyd flush.
I remember
and Floyd's knees buckled.
He did.
And what happened after that showed what he had in him. He was a dog.
Yeah.
He went out there and punished him.
He punished him.
He didn't retreat.
He made a judgment.
He didn't tuck his tail. Mm-hmm. He went in there, punished him. Zab Judah was kicking Floyd's butt the first 4 rounds of that fight, Zab versus Floyd. Floyd adjusted and continued to put his head in the dirt.
Yeah.
And that's all. I don't think Shakur has that in him.
I don't either.
Personally.
I don't either. So y'all just heard what y'all heard. We're going to wrap this one up. Well, we're going to be back with another segment following up. So make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and comment in the comment section and weigh in on our topics of today. And I'll catch you on the next round. Peace.